And I'm Travis.
Well, speaking of NBA free agency, there was another big blockbuster trade in the NBA that changed the entire landscape of both conferences this time. Paul George going to the OKC Thunder in exchange for Victor Oladipo and Sabonis. Indiana, you did a really great job with that trade.
Great job, Indiana. I mean, wow. I think my first reaction when I saw this was, what? Paul George is going to OKC? Like, I don't think anyone saw this coming out anywhere because all the teams that were the running for him was like Boston, Cleveland, and the Lakers. So OKC, I mean, they just got a great steal for an all-world talent like Paul George. I mean, I know he's only got 1 year left on his contract, and there have been talks about him wanting to go play in LA, but combining Russell Westbrook, the league MVP who averaged a triple-double, with Paul George, I mean, with Kevin Durant leaving to go to Golden State and then getting Paul George the next 2 years after, I mean, that's just a great move by the Thunder.
Yeah, I mean, just, you can't say steal enough. This is just a huge steal because the Thunder didn't give up any future assets in terms of first-round picks or anything. So if George does leave, it's fine. It's fine. They went for it. They tried to make a better team, and if he does stay long-term, I mean, Russell Westbrook and Paul George could be a great combination in the Western Conference going forward that could challenge, you know, the Warriors, Rockets, Spurs, all those other teams that are trying to get that championship. You know, they're going to have to do some other work to try and fill out the roster a little bit. But, you know, if they can stay long-term, that's a dynamic duo for the Thunder going forward. But for the Indiana Pacers, I thought the Chicago Bulls made the worst trade
I agree.
of the offseason.
And it's just like, Indiana's like, hey, hold my beer, watch this trade. Like, what were they thinking?
Because we talked about in our NBA draft recap that Indiana Pacers' best chance to get a good trade for Paul George was draft night. Because that's when you could get some assets in the first-round picks. The Lakers offered, I think, the 27th, 28th pick, as well as Julius Randle and Jordan Clarkson. To me, it's a much better deal. Much better deal because then you can get some, and especially this deep of a draft, they could have gotten some good young players that could have been role players for them. Or Boston Celtics, they offered a future first-round pick. I don't think it was like the Brooklyn or the Lakers pick that they have, but I think future first-round pick, if you're rebuilding, it goes a long way. So they just turned down two really good deals and made this kind of just lackluster trade, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I think after draft night, when Paul George told him, you know, he's going to leave, I think the Pacers just basically panicked and tried to get anything in return, which, I mean, to give them credit, at least they did get something.
At least they got something.
At least they didn't just walk away without nothing. So I'll give them credit to that. They did get a young player, Victor Oladipo, but to not get any first-round draft picks for a talent like Paul George, that just blows my mind.
Yeah, with Victor Oladipo, I think they're thinking that since he played at Indiana University, they're like,
this will make our fans happy.
Yeah, people know who Victor. Yeah, you know what Oladipo brings. They've seen him before on TV, so they're obviously going to like this move a little bit more because they actually have seen Oladipo and they like Oladipo from his time in Indiana. But in terms of making basketball sense, I don't know. It just Victor Oladipo is not going to be a game-changing piece that you build around for the Pacers long term. Sabonis could be. He had a nice rookie year, I think, but I don't think he's a star in the making necessarily.
No, I think he'll be a good role player, but not a star.
Yeah, so overall, I mean, I just don't like this trade for the Pacers. You know, you're right. At least they got something for him, and Paul George made it known before the draft that he was leaving, so you know, it's kind of good on Paul George to let him know that
he gave them a chance
to
get something
to make a good deal
in return.
And I think they just botched this one. You know, it sounds like the GM of the Pacers didn't want to trade him to anyone in the Eastern Conference because he didn't want to deal with him long term in case he stayed there, and he didn't want to grant his wishes of going to LA. He was basically trying to kind of screw over Paul George.
Yeah, a little
in this
bit.
trade, but I don't think he screwed him over at all. Playing with Russell Westbrook for a year.
Yeah, and also, I mean, it's going to be pretty interesting after next year because Russell Westbrook's from LA, and we all know Paul George wants to go to LA. So if he signs like a 2-year contract with a player option, I mean, could potentially both of them join LA?
Russell Westbrook is a free agent after next year, too.
Is he? Okay.
So
that's a very big possibility.
So maybe they get out the... You know, they get some chemistry this year, and they both go to LA. That would be interesting to see, combined with Lonzo Ball, if he has a good rookie year. that could be a dangerous trio going forward.
I'd put the Lakers back on the map.
because the Lakers have enough cap space to get 2 max players next year. That would be definitely landscape changing for the NBA for sure. So guys, let us know what you think about the trade down below in the comments section. Obviously, we think it's a steal for the Thunder. The Pacers really didn't get that much out of it. But if you want to give us some other points, maybe play some devil's advocate, let us know in the comments section.
My last comment for the day: the rich keep getting richer. That Western Conference just added another talent. The Eastern Conference is just
easier for LeBron.
Easiest path for LeBron. So, thank you guys so much for watching.
Yep. Thanks, guys.